Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fun Friday Ideas with me, Susan, your speech language pathologist. Now, some of you guys might already be aware, but starting on March 14th, I'm going to be hosting a social skills group for 6 to 9-year-olds over at We Rock the Spectrum Gym in Sterling, Virginia. If you're interested in finding out more information about my social skills group, please send me an email or head on over to We Rock the Spectrum Kids Gym and ask Angelie for some more information. The past couple of weeks, I've been talking about executive functioning. We've talked about the different types of executive functioning and why they're important. So today, I want to talk about routines. I talked about it a little bit when it came to executive functioning and talking about how it's important to have a structured routine for executive functioning skills to develop. When I was putting together and establishing the curriculum for our social skills group, the first thing that I wanted to make sure that we established was a steady routine and a predictable schedule for our kids to follow. Now, I wonder why this is so important. Why is it that these things of routines keep coming up? Children learn best when they feel safe and secure. Think about it. When you're going through your day, do you feel safe and secure and ready to learn when people are throwing things at you and you never know what direction they're going to be coming from? Or do you feel at your best during your days when you have your agenda and you have your to-do list and you know what you have to do first, next, then last? My guess is that you feel at your prime when you have a structured day ahead of you. You know what's coming up later, you know what's happening right now, and you know those steps to build in between. Now, our lives are somewhere in the middle. We don't always have, and nor should we, have this predictable, perfect day every day of the week. That's not life. That's robotic. However, we also, when we're living in that chaotic, never knowing what's going next, unpredictable life, we feel insecure, we feel anxious, and we'll probably find ourselves forgetting things and not making the best decisions. And also, again, having some body symptoms like higher blood pressure and higher heart rate. All of these things make it more difficult for you to learn. Well, now let's apply that to your child. If your child is going through that same unstructured, unpredictable, even if it's in play, unpredictable patterns, their heart rate is probably going to be a little bit higher. Maybe even their blood pressure will be a little bit higher. Their breathing rate will be higher, they're going to be jumpier, and they're not going to understand and learn that cause and effect that routines and structure give us. By lacking that foundation, they're going to feel insecure, they're going to feel anxious a little bit more than others, and again, this can also lead to some attention difficulties. If we're setting up our kids with that kind of a foundation, they're going to struggle to then learn the next steps of what they need to do when it comes to problem solving, communication, getting their needs met, reading, math, all of these things that we want our kids to later learn. We need to establish a good routine of first, next, then last at home. So how do we go about establishing a good routine for our kids, especially knowing that in this day and age, things are going to throw at us all day long, and things are not going to always be the same. My first recommendation is to find 1 or 2 areas where you can make things structured and make it the same. Maybe it's the bedtime routine. So maybe what we do is we brush our teeth, we put our pajamas on, we read a book, we go to bed. There are our 4 steps to doing what we need to do. And then waking up in the morning, we can also usually have a pretty good routine there where we wake up, we maybe get dressed, eat our breakfast, brush our teeth. So we have those simple steps of this is what we're going to do first, next, then last. Think about it in play as well. The first thing I always recommend is that whenever your child is playing with something, clean it up. And it's not because we want this clean, perfect environment at home. That helps, but it's more because when you have a cleanup routine, again, it's a structure. It's giving an end to that activity, and now our kids are ready to transition into the next activity. It's crucial. I had one particular child that I'm working with, that was one recommendation I made for them over the course of the week, was start cleaning up the toys after you play with them. Put them away. They don't have to be perfectly put away, just an effort to clean it up before you do the next thing. That next session that I had a week later, the child went from sustaining their attention from 60 seconds to 3 to 5 minutes. And that's just with adding a simple routine of cleaning up after. Think about these little routines that you can add, these little things. Maybe it's a hand washing routine where we do this. Maybe it's before we eat, we help prepare the food a little bit and then we can eat dinner. Again, you know I'm a huge fan of getting your kids in the kitchen with you and giving them child appropriate roles and chores in the kitchen. Maybe it's giving them a little bit of a routine with your housework, a little bit of a chore with the housework you need to do. So having them help you fold a towel or having them match socks with you. And again, that routine of, okay, today is Sunday. Sunday is laundry day. So we're going to do these steps for laundry. And again, think about where you can have these routines. Maybe laundry day doesn't occur on Sunday every day. So that's okay. You have a laundry routine, and now that's how you can have that routine every day you do laundry, whichever day it might be. Get your kids involved with your routines. Chances are you have them. You have to have them. When it comes to routines, it's important that we give them flexible routines because they're going to change. They're not going to stay the same, and nor do we want them to, because that's not life. In order to give our kids a good foundation, they need that routine, but they also need to understand these routines are going to change. These routines are going to be different. I have another child that I'm working with where routines are his strength, and he craves routines and makes sure to set them up in his day. He's got it, but he's got it a little bit too much. Some of us may know kids like that, where they have their routines and it's a little too perfect. That's okay. Let them have their perfect routine, but make sure that you're engaging with them during the routine. Try and figure out ways where you can make it a little different each time. So with this particular child, he has certain toys that he likes to play with when he comes to see me. And those are the toys that we play with. We don't really venture out into any of the other options that are out there. He likes me to do these couple of things with him, and mainly because no one else will do them with him the way he likes. So I see that the reason why he's choosing me for this is because I'm engaging with him. And so what I try to do is with the puzzle, for example, he likes to put each piece in a certain order. All right, I'll let you have that for right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to take turns. So you put in A, I'm putting in B. You put in C, I'm putting in D. Oh, I can't reach E. Give me E. So that way he has to then pick up E and not put it in himself, which is what he started to do initially, but give it to me and I'm putting it in. And I do that randomly throughout the puzzle. And then the next week when I see him, I'm going to do A. It's my turn to go first. You can go first next week. And I switch that up too. So some weeks he will go first 2 weeks in a row. So the change in the routine is in that turn-taking pattern and in that engagement. But I'm still allowing him to have his routine. If we start with that letters puzzle, and then we do a drawing activity, and then we go on the swing. That's the routine he likes to have in my office. I keep that the same for him, but we change things within the elements. So that way he has his predictability where he can learn and feel safe, because that's the biggest thing for learning, is to feel safe. I give him that safety and that security, but I tweak a little bit here and there and see where I can push. Wouldn't you know, I'm one of the only providers that he doesn't tantrum for, even when things don't go the way he wants them to. And when he does have a tantrum with me, it's very short-lived. We are able to walk through it, take a couple of deep breaths, de-escalate very quickly, and before you know it, we're good. Tantrums are going to happen. It's how are we going to manage them and de-escalate them and move on with our day. All right, guys. So let me know in the comments below how you're going to get some routines going and what types of routines maybe you're already doing and how routines have helped your child grow and learn and make better decisions. All right. Until next week, I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.